Hello, it's Colette. Welcome to my channel. This is the weekly tarot card for the week commencing Monday, the 23rd of July 2018. And it's a beautiful card this week called the Empress. She's very beautiful in the Rorig deck. Almost serene, very opulent, very beautiful. Lots of sort of curviness, etc. She's the Empress. Now, in general, the Empress is the epitome of the divine feminine, and she carries with her all the instincts of being feminine. She is the instincts of the mother, of the young maiden and the crone, everything together, but mainly she represents that sort of mothering aspect, that creative and fertile aspect that is in us all, whether that's being pregnant or whether that's being a man creating a project, or whether it's a gardener creating a beautiful garden for his bees. It's about that creation, the instinct of the earth and the instinct of nurturing, of looking after, and also being a wee bit kind of ahead. Now, I know it sounds odd, but I used to have a tarot school, which is now the basis of the book Tarot Novice to Pro in one book. And I remember coming to blows, well, not blows, but someone leaving the class in the very first class, because in the middle of explaining about the Empress being the motherly, beautiful creature who protects and nurtures, I also called her a bitch. And it caused, no, the Empress isn't a bitch. But the point of the tarot is that each archetype has its positives and its negatives, some more than others. So just like the Emperor has the sort of goodness of the masculine archetype of strength and of stability, etc., but also has the sort of kind of the angry side, or the side of needing to be alpha male or some, etc. The Empress has kind of a negative side as well, so that will be mixed in what I'm telling you as to how she pertains to next week. Now, in 95% she is a beautiful card. She is lovely, but she does have her moments, and we'll point out that because the one thing you don't want to do in the week ahead is criticise someone that has the kind of Empress archetype, or is in a creative role or whatever. You don't want to criticise their baby or their project, because it won't go down well. So watch the way you approach people. If they've made something, developed something, created ideas, even just painted your kitchen or done something, remember that that's not perfect, or I've preferred it that way, will not go down well, because that's the side of the Empress that literally is, this is my creation, this is what I do, this is mine, how dare you? It's like there can be the side of it, like the mother and toddler watching every baby at what stage it's at and making sure yours is at the same age, or has the same development, or has the same trainers. There's that slight competitive edge that a lot of people don't bring out about the Empress, and that would be wrong, because it's very much there. I'll ask any mother sitting watching this, and even any father too, if someone criticised your child, how would you feel? Now, if you criticise your child, that's fine, that's your child. But if you hear someone saying, they're not very well behaved, or they did this, should they not be a wee bit forward at this stage? Whoa! That's the negative side of the Empress, so bear it in mind. So in general, we've got the Empress bringing more of a sense of contentment and laughter and joy, and a feeling of families and emotions coming together in the right way. Now, the Three of Swords last week was okay for a few people, devastating for some countries, and some people were very much hit by it. My own family as well, we had another trauma. I hate when a negative card comes out, because I'm saying, well, you know, it's general, and some people will feel it and some people won't, but you know, this is the energy. But knowing that some people will get the full blast of the negative card, and that happened to my own family the week we're coming through. So all of yous out there that were hit by sadness, trauma, burden and hardship, my thoughts are with you, because the Three of Swords was horrific for my family again last week, and what can you do? Happily, we've got a nicer card for this week. In fact, totally different card, a very, very positive card. So, but if the Three of Swords hit you, I'm with you, I see you. Try and move forward this week. So with the Empress, what we've got is a general feeling of contentedness, of joy, of appreciation, of fertility of action, of things that could grow in the future, of planning, of emotional planning. And that's the beautiful side of her. In general, there may well be a few pregnancies in the week ahead. That could be a conception or a birth, and it could also be that there's just a lot of new projects that maybe have very ethical or environmental aspects to them being put out there. So get ready to support that. Remember, there's a lot going on with the bees at the moment with legislation. Please, if you like my channel, put your energy behind keeping the bees safe and getting rid of really, really bad weed killers and stuff, please. The Empress would be the queen bee. She would be the person, she would be the energy that would be creating, that would be looking after, would be just the queen bee. So we've got a very good card to make us help and feel connected to nature, and maybe particularly the bees this week. But I'll get the bees in most weeks, I suppose. But there you go. Excuse me. So we're not getting very far with this at the moment, aren't we? But we will, no problems. So the Empress, card 3, beautiful. Emotions. Instinct of growth. What does she mean in various different areas of our life this week? Excuse me. If we look at career, she really brings a focus on carers. So anybody that's working in caring professions, from carers to nurses to home helps to people that are there looking after people, mums at home with maybe young children, people who look after disabled people. She brings a focus of bettering to the caring group, and sometimes can put the focus on them as well. And you know, that can be good. I know every week we've got, this is the week or the month of this or that or the next thing, but that's the way it should be. You know, we should be learning and understanding about other people and their hardships or what they need every day, every week. And so if there is something that comes up that you've not really heard of, I saw one interested me the other day. It was Tommy's.org, and it was about miscarriage and also the research and stuff that was going on. So, you know, that's one, and that's very, very much in the heart of the Empress. So in job, be aware that you'll find that if you're in the right job and you're doing what you're here for, you'll be so content this week. So very content. And if you're not, if you're working against your dharma, if you're not doing what you're here to do, you'll find that you become a little well, just not as happy and contented as you should be. It might not be major, it might just be a wee rumble in the background, you know, or the odd wee poke. What are you going to do about this? But in general, for those of us that are very happy in what we do, it can really, really be an indication that we're going to have a good week within our career. Yay! Might get some more of that book written. So enjoy that. All I would say in job, remember, if you're part of a team and there's a new project or something new being tried or tested, watch how you say that maybe it could be a wee bit better, or you don't like this bit or that bit, because this is someone's baby, and you don't criticise someone's baby, whether it's a real one or a work baby. So just watch yourself in work this week, particularly if you're not that contented. If we look at health, she is totally... Oh, I actually should have said that she has the card that is the card for midwives in careers as well. So there might be a few people choosing midwifery or a midwife course or a doula. But anyway, for health, she brings attention to all things feminine, and that's the same in men. The breasts are mainly seen as female things, but remember that males have to look after their breasts as well. So give yourself a wee exam in the week ahead and just check everything's fine with the breasts. She also focuses on the uterus and can bring good answers to things like polycystic ovaries. She can bring understanding and a peak in fertility, which is wonderful. Any downsides? Health-wise, not really, because she brings a lot of contentment. The only thing is, if you do go for some sort of test and it picks up an abnormality, obviously that's going to be upsetting, but in the long run it's probably the best thing. So even if that's the case, she's still a positive card and a positive health influence. If we look at relationships, she brings comfort and enjoyment and a sense of deep contentment to relationships in the week ahead. She really is a lovely card for relationships. She does bring out the feminine aspect of the feminine looking after the masculine this week. And, you know, that's okay, because with the Emperor, we've got the masculine looking after the feminine. You know, whether that's a gender, or a soul gender or whatever, it doesn't matter. If you are the feminine in the relationship or the more feminine, then this week you'll find that you're the giver in the situation, you're the looker after in the situation. And that's nice, because it's not about taking turns, it's just about being in balance, you know. If you're looking for a new relationship, off you go. But maybe bring out a softer side of you. Not that you have to be soft, the Empress doesn't need to be soft, but what I mean is, like, the partner you're likely to attract as the Empress is going to be one that would appreciate the softer side to you, not really the argumentative side or whatever. So don't change your personality, but if you do have corners, maybe you could rub the corners down a wee bit and make them just that wee bit more oval. It's still a good one for relationships. With money, it allows us to be content with what we've got and make things out of old things, or make things out of, you know, things that we never thought we could redo again. So sometimes the Empress will be a very good recycling card, where you maybe upcycle something or you move things on to other people. So if you're doing that, you could maybe do a wee eBay thing, or you could sell them on or whatever. But she can bring in cash through, you know, possibly it's more cash through not spending. You know, it's more on, you know, you accrue the cash because you're not paying £4 for a coffee every day. You're just, you know, making your own or having water or whatever. So she's a good card for little bits of money. She also brings out investments in future for families and for, you know, maybe the home you would want for a family. So yeah, really, really nice card this week. Thank God after the Three of Swords. I love the Empress card, I really do. Yes, she can bring out the slight bitchy side of women. She can, excuse me, my machine's gone. She can bring out the rather bitchy side of gay men as well. I've noticed that because I've got a lot of gay friends. Oh, hi Nellie, you want to say hello? Come on up. Oh, my hands aren't good today. You going to say hello? You've got your fans? Yes, you have. You've got your fans. This is Nellie. Nellie is a Chinese crested puffball, powder puff, sorry. But we keep her short because neither Jim and I have got the energy or the hands to actually groom a dog properly anymore. So the dogs get kept short. You gonna say hello? Okay, you can go down. So that's the Empress. We're back on course again. Feels a wee bit more like summer, hopefully. And if you like this sort of video, please give me the thumbs up. If you want to support the channel, you can help by buying my books, which are on all Amazons under Colette Brown, or you can buy me a wee coffee from the link down below. But if you just want to watch them and enjoy my words, that is totally fine too. I just enjoy doing this for you. I know the weekly tarot cards sometimes can be more and more personal to me, but that's just the way it is. That, you know, I've lived the tarot for most of my life. I see tarot cards as life events and life puzzles. So when certain things happen to me and it matches up with the card, of course it's personal, and maybe even anybody that's learning the tarot can put these all in a wee file and learn from them. Taking a viewpoint that sometimes seems a bit bonkers, but is very practical and related to real life. So if you like that, you'll like my book, Tarot Novice to Pro in one book. And yeah, many blessings now. And I'll see you next week for next week's weekly tarot card. Love you all. Bye.